It is that time of year again for mini sessions. If you are a photographer who offers that, I personally sold out my mini sessions again, and this is exactly what I did. Hello, sunshine. Welcome back to the podcast with me, your host, Rachel Traxler. Today, I'm going to be telling you how I sold out my mini sessions again, what I did, what I do to market my mini sessions, and how I'm typically successful for when I do launch these. So we're going to get into some marketing strategy ideas for you so that hopefully you can do the same with your mini sessions if you decide to launch them. You also, if you don't do them, you can take these same concepts and apply it to your regular sessions or even your weddings that you offer or any offer that you do have. You can still take these strategies and apply it. So if you're someone who doesn't offer mini sessions, this episode will still be helpful for you. But before we dive in, make sure to leave a review on the podcast so that it can also help other photographers who are like-minded just like you. But you guys know that I love to get into it around here. So pull up your notes app on your phone and let's dive into it. Okay, so the first thing that I always love doing when I am marketing my mini sessions is that I use social media for connection and my email list to sell. So what that means is I'm marketing and selling and talking about my mini sessions or my offers typically only on my email list. And I'm using my social media to create hype around my offer to go to my email list. So the only call to action and the only thing for people to do from my social media marketing, so like from my Instagram marketing, is to get them to sign up for my email list. So I don't go into the details of like the deliverables of what people get on the mini sessions. I sometimes I do the date. I did this time, do the date, and I still sold out. But I don't talk about what's included. I don't talk about the number of photos or anything. I just kind of tease and hint at my mini sessions. And then the only call to action for them to take and they click the little link box is to sign up for my email list. You also could use keyword automation for this too and do posts around it, do reels, do your Instagram stories so that they can just either tap the heart or reply with an emoji or reply with a word that then they get sent the link to sign up for your email list as well too. So either way, you're really just pushing your email list for this because that's how you're going to market and sell. And if you are thinking like, I don't have an email list yet or like something I like really want to do, I personally like to use Kit. It used to be called ConvertKit. It's called Kit. I love it because it integrates with everything. I've always used Kit, but what I really love about it for photographers, and I tell all my students to do this too, is it's actually free for your first 300 subscribers. And so I'm like, that's plenty more than you need to get started with like your email list or your mini sessions. You can always upgrade or like download your CSV list and change it to somewhere else if you want. But if it's just not something you want to pay another platform, another program for, Kit is really, really good because it's free for your first 300 subscribers. So just at least get started with it. And you can just sign up for free. So that's kind of nice. And then start marketing from Instagram to your email list. So you're going to either create a landing form or a landing page, anything like that. You can create a landing page on Kit, which is nice, which I think is the easier way to do it. I do it a little bit more advanced. It's not that advanced, but I like to have my landing pages on my website so that it's like racheltraxler.com/mini sessions or racheltraxler.com/sessions or something like that. So it's like a landing page. That way I embed the form onto my own page that has my own custom URL domain, instead of if I were just to build a page on Kit, the domain URL name would be all wonky, but that really, really, really doesn't matter. I would suggest if you're just getting started, just create the landing page on Kit. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So essentially, when you're marketing your mini sessions right away, only market your email list. So then that way you can sell and promote the actual offer on your email list. You're growing your email list. People are more likely to purchase from your email list, and you're just growing and expanding potential work outside of Instagram. So I think that's always been like the number one way that's really helped me sell out on mini sessions or other offers and stuff like that, is getting them onto my email list. Another thing is mentioning limited availability. And just so when I do my mini sessions, I only offer like 6 time slots, 6 to 8. I did 6 this time. And mentioning that and saying there's only 6 time slots, and you can even, what I like to do is create a HoneyBook calendar link and just have those dates open there. So then that way, when I launch my offer and make it live to my email list, the call to action from my email list then is the link to my HoneyBook scheduler. And then they can pick their time, and then they kind of get funneled down into picking their time, getting sent a contract, an invoice, and all of that stuff. So it kind of makes it really easy for me that if they book, they book. And so that's really nice. And so you mention limited availability, make a HoneyBook or Dubsado or whatever you use, a calendar link with that just day and those limited time slots available so that they can visually see it. That's kind of nice for them to have and feel like they can have control over picking the time that they want to do. I think that that's really, really helpful. Another thing, again, I just want to really drive home is I only launch this to my email list, which means I do not need to market my mini sessions on Instagram. And that is so nice. So the only thing I am marketing on Instagram is the mini sessions in general, but I'm not launching to my Instagram, and I'm not consistently every week saying I've got 1 slot left, I've got this left, or anything like that. I'm doing that to my email list, but I am posting on maybe social media if I'm wanting to do something to build my email list. So if that makes sense, using Instagram to talk about it and raise awareness on it, almost think of like top of funnel. Email list is where like that middle funnel, like conversion, nurturing, and I'm selling that to my email list. So not when you're doing this, do not have deliverables on your social media. Do not say X amount of hours, X amount of photos, this price, all of these things. You can, and that's fine too. But what I'm saying is don't go too nitty gritty with it. Just gauge interest and have them get their email list so that you can get them on their email list. So only offering a handful of session like time slots works really well. This past mini session date, I only offered 1 day. I've done 2 days in the past, and it kind of gets confusing. And I feel like offering 2 days opens up the door for people to feel like they can reschedule or switch and swap things around. Whereas if I just have 1 day, this is it, these are the time slots, I feel like people are more likely to make it happen. And then they don't ask to switch and like switch dates or switch times or anything. So I have found that most helpful, but that doesn't mean that that's the only way. That doesn't mean that you only should do one. If you want to do more than one, that's totally fine. That's just what has worked for me and what I've noticed has worked well for me. Something to note too with mini sessions in general, if you are someone who runs mini sessions, you probably already know this. A lot of my clients end up being repeat clients and recurring clients. And so they are coming back to me already, which is so awesome because they're already super loyal. And it also makes selling and like launching my mini sessions easier because there's just people I know are going to snag those spots. And that's just like, I think the intention of why you want to continue to grow your email list for your mini sessions. I have like a segmented section for just mini sessions in general. So then that way, anytime I want to send anything about them, it's only going to that portion of my list. So I can kind of segment that out a little bit. But I think that is really helpful because the more you can grow and expand that list, the more you are going to have those people who are just like snagging a spot right away. And then they want to come back and back and back. And then it's going to make like selling those out really easy that you might actually need to add another day or offer them multiple times a year, and be seasonal with them and just kind of get creative. Another thing that I find really, really helpful when creating just the whole vision and the branding, the aesthetic, I guess, behind these sessions, I see a lot of people just saying like fall mini sessions, and they don't have any unique approach to it where there's no uniqueness to it. It's just fall mini sessions, Christmas mini sessions. And that's kind of like everyone's doing that. So I find it really helpful to either come up with a theme or come up with a fun, catchy name, something that makes it different than all the other photographers in your area that are offering them. It makes it different. It has a unique approach that people can see and be like, ooh, I want that setup, or I want that name, I want that vibe, or something fun. Something I did differently this year for my fall mini sessions is I'm doing them in an apple orchard. And so I named them like orchard mini sessions, and something like that. But then another thing I really did is these mini sessions are not regular, like on my camera. I'm only doing one roll of film. So each family or couple, I think I booked all families this year. I think I'd have to look back. I think they're all families. Each family, they get one roll of film and that's it. Like I'm just shooting film. So that's kind of like a fun, different approach. And it makes it fun too for the recurring clients that it's just something new and fresh. And so think about a different perspective you can have on it. Um, Adding a unique name, making it different, making it desirable. Don't just talk about the outcome or like the deliverables, talk about the outcome and the vibe of what they're getting. And something else that I really like to do for mini sessions is through the process, especially if I'm setting it up in Honeybook or something, have the option for add-ons and upsells in there. So if maybe they want to add on an album and it's or a photo book and it's normally this amount, but it's actually this amount now if you book it here, or extra photos or expedited editing. If they wanted expedited editing on that, they can choose that. And just having different upsells with mini sessions is really, really nice, especially when you're doing mini sessions that you can take them and upsell them into a higher end client or just like a normal session client price point. And so something to think about there is adding upsells. So hopefully these just few quick little tips were helpful for you on selling out. And again, you can take these and apply them to regular sessions you have, apply it to weddings, apply it to seniors, any type of photography you do, you can take this concept and use it because I think this is super helpful. And I'm such an email list guru. Like I love talking email list and growing email list, that this is like the best way to do it, to gauge interest, to grow your email list. And then that way you don't have to sell on social media. You can just kind of promote your offers on your email list and not have to feel like you need to keep posting them every single day on Instagram and on social media and keeping up with it. So that's what I love about it. Makes it easy and it helps me sell out every time, or just almost every time. So that is what is helpful for me. Hopefully you liked these tips. Hopefully they were helpful for you. Again, make sure to leave a review on the podcast so that it can also get pushed out to other people who are like-minded like you. But thank you so much for listening to this episode. I appreciate you so much. And as always, keep shining and we'll see you next time.